As soon as the boys got up this morning, going into the workshop, Richard Marks told us that they walked in the workshop and said, "Where are my stickers?"
Yeah.
Where are they?
It's amazing, isn't it, that it matters that much, but it is. It's notches in the belt, so to speak. As we can hear horses around for Paint Dixon Porsche Carrera Cup. We now need some really decent fingernails to be able to get the sticker ready. Now, see, I would have just peeled it off.
What?
The precision. It's all about the 1%ers, Benny. All about the 1%ers and precision to make sure that this sticker is in the correct alignment. Gosh, it looks good.
Yeah, see, Paul's like a full pro at this. There's no way I would have done that. Alright, let's go out onto the racetrack. Paint Dixon Porsche Carrera Cup. It's there. Let's go to Rich Craig.
Today's race finished under safety car, so all of a sudden a nice, safe championship score in P6 turns into a long way back P14 in race 1. So his championship lead still comfortable at 193 points. You need 181 after this weekend to win it, so he's still well and truly in front, but a little blip on the radar there for the guy that's dominated this season.
Yeah, and he does have points to burn, doesn't he, Kralsey? So, you know, he could effectively sit out this whole weekend and still wrap up this championship almost. So, yeah, it does hurt him, but it's not too bad given how successful he has been across the course of this weekend. You made the point about the track being declared wet. Man, I highly doubt anybody will be out there on wet Michelin at the moment, that's for sure.
It's a just in case if they wanted to bail in. The caveat with the Harry Jones thing is that the grid for race 3 is based on the points from the first 2. So he's got very few points from race 1 yesterday, which is going to hurt his starting position for the finale this afternoon.
And we have seen how difficult it is to pass here this weekend. The cars are so tightly combined that really nobody has a massive advantage, and you do have to throw the car up the inside, which was why there was contact with Glenn Wood in the case of Harry Jones. So green flag at the back here, Kralsey, we are ready to get going.
Go with the Porsches on Sunday morning, and no, because it's out of Bailey Hall. His Porsches have been extraordinary this weekend. Drives away as if he's driving away from the traffic lights on the Gold Coast Highway in clearance to turn 1. Busy behind though. Jackson Wall squeezes through. That's Ryder Quinn in the game over car. Everyone makes the apex of turn 2. No penalties to be applied there, which is a nice refreshing change. Dale Wood down the inside, contacted up, launched into the air. It's Glenn Wood, the brother, the Rambill car and Ange Mazuris, who was having such a good weekend up until that point, and there's big damage on the 999 car and everyone squeezes past.
We do see that a little bit down at turn 4, two cars locking wheels and they climb up over each other. I suspect both cars will come to the lane, and that will be a retirement for both Wood and Ange Mazuris, unfortunately. Yeah. So the other one that I noted, and you referenced it, was Ryder Quinn. Man, he braked, when he jumped on the brake pedal into turn 1 for the first time, he was on the left-hand side of the road, and he found a gap to be able to slot all the way over to the right-hand side. Yeah. I don't know how he did that. We'll have another look at that during the replay sequence. But at the minute, everybody is line astern, trying to get this race underway and into a bit
outside, Glenwood inside. Oh, just really awkward contact on the exit of the corner. Just both sort of run out of room there. This will show it looking on the exit of that turn 4 hairpin. It's first gear in a cup car. And a really awkward moment with Glenwood riding up over the left front wheel of Angelo Mazuris. This from on board the 999.
You don't normally see cars ride up like that, so Mazuris is into the back of Dale Wood, just giving him a little rub, which is pretty standard on an opening lap. And there we go, look at that, that is riding on board. That is exactly how Mazuris would have seen it. And this is on board with Fabian Coulthard now. So there's Glenn Wood up ahead. Oh, Fabian doing a great job. I thought he might have made light contact with the back of Wood there, not pushing him into Mazuris, but just when Mazuris...
of the corner and ended up with Marco Giltrap, the young Kiwi for Porsche New Zealand, heading off down the escape road. Busy start to this one, 33 minutes still to go on the clock, and in the lane this morning, it's a very good morning to Craig Lowndes. Hi Lounsey.
Yeah, good morning Krause. I'm down here with Glenn Wood, and I can tell by the frustration in your face. It's not the way you want to start the race, but just talk us through what happened.
No, it's not. It's a really strong start, and I felt like I was far enough up into turn 4, but that's the nature of this track. End up funneling up together, and yeah, unfortunately I've got a bit of damage to carry through, so yeah, not a good way to start.
How was the car up until then?
Oh look, yeah, as I said, we had a really good launch up the line,
spaces on Darwoods, and I suppose the only upside for that is Randville got plenty of TV time out of that accident down at turn 4, so at least they've got something to show the sponsors, Craig.
Yeah guys, it's busy down here. Actually, right beside Glenn Wood is Stephen Grove. He came in, I just asked him what went wrong. He's a bit agitated at the moment. He looks like he's got a gearbox problem, so he's also out of the race. I'll walk up to Ange Mazuris and find out if we get the counter on the other side of that battle.
Yeah, Michael Henry, I'm sure we'll have a discussion point for you there. Thanks, Lounsey.
He's on the hop down there this morning, Lounsey, isn't he? He is diving into everything. So that's a out of it in this race.
Who at 18 years of age wrapped up the Michelin Sprint Challenge title last weekend at Sydney Motorsport Park. hopefully we see him in Carrera Cup next year. He is a real talent, and Grove Racing have big raps on that young bloke who's looking to make a career in the sport. As this leading group locks themselves together, so Hall, Russell, O'Keefe and Jones. He's got Jackson Walls behind him. These two have had a little habit of battling each other over the season so far. Then back to Dale Woods, and that's the leading group. Then Ryder Quinn's up a couple of spots to Queenslander. He's that
portion of the grandstands around the circuit this weekend, that's for sure. The reference you made about Oscar Target earlier, Krause, wrapping up the Michelin Sprint Challenge. His father John, very well esteemed in the go-karting circles, had a really big international go-karting career back in the late 90s. So yeah, he's got a really good coach in John in his corner, but also teaming up with the Grove. Stephen is a very good leader and making opportunities.
So you can only imagine if you get that perfect freeze frame at some point, off the surface of the earth down there at the beach.
Wow, there won't be a lack of opportunity for it either, will there? Because every time they come blazing through there, the entire field nearly looks like that. So we pick up Bailey Hall here. There he is. He's just gone through the shot. Race leader at the moment. Man, he's been commanding this weekend, hasn't he? You're listening to Dave Stewart there, Krause. Did you pick up what that note was?
Turn 10, so the car running in second place.
Get away with that from the driver's seat, Krause, and you know, in this case for D. Russ, he felt that if he didn't do what he just did, he was going to end up in the fence. And I cannot tell you how difficult it is to follow a car around a circuit like this that closely. Little mistake from Jackson Walls there. He just went slightly deep into turn 4, right up buried under the wing of Harry Jones. Now it'll be interesting to see if he can follow him that closely through this beach chicane. Down to turn 11, there'll be a passing opportunity. Make a mistake with it. So, looks like he's taking on a bit of a blue, white, black current behind. Walls closing. On a high, and he's trying to pull a move on the guy that
has, if not one hand, 3 fingers, maybe 4. So Tom McLennan's going to get a bad sportsmanship flag for curb strikes. He's a little bit further down the field, but Harry Jones resolute in his defence so far, and Jackson Walls cannot find a way through yet.
And how tight the times are. There is speed in the number 12. Jackson Walls, and they're both coming up on the from the straight line.
Dragging Jackson Walls for the next flag for overuse of curb. So the engineer down there is the hugely experienced Paul Sepranich. She'll be on the radio to D. Russ and say, call you Jackson, strikes in this race, or you will start getting time penalties. And in a field this tightly bunched, you get even 2 seconds. David Russell goes from 2nd to 6th. So those
to be honest, he's used them up too early. But have a look at Jackson Walls. He's able to do that. He is able to be defensive. To be having to defend that hard, he won't be able to do it lap after lap. Just to skip away a little bit. So Jackson Walls, we've seen him be so strong in the season. He's been very, very strong. Gave the opportunity to Jackson Walls, and you asked the question, was there contact? Looking at the rear of Harry Jones's car, right there, yes, there was a little bit. It just unsettled the cat entry. What was that? It just...
Well, that was lying in the middle of the road and departed. That's Clay Osborne. Second ever Carrera Cup race. And he is driving Sprint Challenge. We often get a few of the projects. Roll your armos and get your eye in before the championship proper next year. And
particularly important when you come into a street Carrera Cup race throughout the course of the season. You can go and do test days at those will be a rookie season in the top tier of Porsche racing in Australia.
Show bad sportsmanship flag at the moment. I'd run you through the numbers, but it'll take a lap, so I won't bother. I can tell you the one that hasn't is Bailey Hall, the race leader who's out in front.
Oh, yeah.
Team boss Andy McElroy won it over this morning. I've got this completely. So I didn't, but I think at exactly the same time. You then just measured it, 0.8, 0.9, 1 second. Yesterday, doing his third Carrera Cup race. Smallest possible margin
to make the win and be the first person to greet that. On the radio to you and in your corner. He's been around a long time. He knows how to manage these situations. He's done it many times before. The way this race is changing Kralsey, that I don't think it'll go all Bailey Hall's way today. D-Russ is absolutely lighting up here, and while we know he's used all his curb strike, still taking time out of Bailey Hall here. Down for us there.
Yeah, Andy, guys. Very frustrated, and I think his words were, "That's what you get when you drive with these guys." So, spicy next race.
Well, thank you, Craig. What I have to say, he's a lucky dance on the generally clean. You don't get caught up in all that midfield malaise that can happen in racing. But yeah, as unfortunately for Angelo, he was having a terrific weekend. He's a DNF. But he wants a DNF, and he's going to have to start from a long way back in race
2. So, look, emotions run high in this game and this sport. Every weekend with every single event. That's a little bit of question very much going on.
Came up to me and said, I got interviewed by Craig Lowndes when I DNF. That's cool. So the Evan fight at the front's really interesting because especially when it's off camera.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to pan into. I think that might have been the red court car of Indira and Padiachi just these fast young pros, they're battling over 11th and 12th position. Play Osborne a little bit further.
Defensive on Jackson Walls. I made the note before that I thought maybe was going to come under a little bit. Bailey has just lit up the timesheets for a couple of hours. The point that you made is I suspect he's had Andy McElroy on the radio. No problem, off we go. So. Bailey Hall, turn up at a certain way, confidence locker, and then he just delivers across the course of the weekend. There we go. That's what that 1.5 seconds looks like. It was not that big a gap a couple of laps ago.
James Walls is quite typical. But then when you do follow closely, you're pushing across the open the front tyres, and then you drop off from the car and the same thing's going to be happening to the Porsche Centre Melbourne car while they're in this fight. So it's going to be
Very good job of explaining is that you have a somebody to make hay while the sun's shining and make the pass, otherwise you do overheat those tyres, but you do also have the ability, and that's this little phase that we're in. hopefully in the next sort of 4 or 5 ride up onto the back of Harry Jones to finish this race.
Let's just ride and enjoy this.